Okay, so one cramp fix that actually works, and it's going to be done in 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. All right, so real quick before we dive into the know, one tip to get rid of cramps. I need to introduce you to our new platform. It's going live today, and I want you to be one of the first people to check it out. So what is this platform? You've taken everything we have learned over the last 3+ years and put it all into an app. So it has workouts, it has education, it has a journal, and it has a coach. So if you're looking for that extra support to help you with your recovery, we are launching the membership on August 8th. And we are offering a special discount to those of you who are part of our YouTube community. So go ahead and click the link below and get yourself a discount code. The early bird gets the worm and then the discount. Don't miss out on this opportunity. You only get this discount code if you click the link below. So be sure to do that. I am so excited to share this with you, and I couldn't wait to see what we do next. All right, so let us talk about how to get rid of cramps, because I know this is why you're here. But before we dive into that, if you are struggling with any sort of setback, injury, or pain, please consider sharing your story with us. We are always looking for stories like yours to help inspire others. So please send us your story if you're interested. We'll post it on our new website. All right, so tip no. 1 when it comes to cramps is going to be changing positions, because I don't care what anybody tells you. There is no one position that is better than the other.
Go.
You need to change positions based on where you are at in your healing journey. For example, if you just had surgery and you are not supposed to put weight on your leg, then you are going to want to lay flat on your back and maybe even elevate your leg up on some pillows. This is going to reduce swelling and allow gravity to work for you. Now, if you are a little bit further along in your healing journey, then you may want to be sitting in a chair with your leg elevated. Or maybe you can start to progress to standing with your leg elevated. But you need to remember one thing. Make sure that your toes are pointed upwards towards your head the entire time. This is going to reduce the cramping. This is going to increase blood flow and reduce that cramping sensation. If you are able to walk, then walking can be helpful. But if walking aggravates your symptoms, then please do not do it. There is absolutely no benefit to walking if it makes things worse. And finally, you may be wondering, what should I do if I cut and stand or walk without my cane or crutches or walker? Well, if you're not able to do that, then you're going to need to stay in the position that you are currently in. Maybe you can move yourself to a different surface. Maybe you can lie down instead of sit, or vice versa. But ultimately, you need to do whatever you can to stay off of your foot. If you have to stay off of your foot, then that means that you need to find a way to get to the bathroom. That might mean having somebody drive you, or you might need to call an Uber or a taxi. But please do not put weight on that foot. If it is too painful and you re-experiencing cramping, all right, tip no. 2 is going to be putting something cold on your foot. Now you can use a cold pack ice, you can use frozen peas, whatever you have handy. You're going to want to apply that to the top of your foot for about 20 minutes at a time. This is going to reduce inflammation and reduce pain. This is also going to constrict those blood vessels and reduce that blood flow. Now, typically we would tell you to elevate your leg and put the cold pack on. But if you remember from tip no. 1, we want to keep that leg elevated with the toes pointing upwards. So you're going to have to choose between the two. You're either going to put the cold pack on and keep your leg elevated, or you're going to have your toes pointed upwards and not use the cold pack. Just remember to alternate between these two throughout the day and see which one works best for you. Now, when you're putting the cold pack on, you can put a towel or a washcloth down first to protect your skin from direct contact with the cold pack. And then once you've applied it for 20 minutes, you're going to take it off and reapply as needed. All right, tip no. 3 is going to be to drink plenty of fluids. Now, this may sound odd, but hear me out. Sometimes when we're dehydrated, it can cause cramping. So if you think about it, after you have surgery, you lose a lot of fluids. Your body is healing. It needs a lot of fluids to help it heal. Plus, if you're laying in bed or sitting for long periods of time, you're not really moving around. You're not sweating. So you may not realize that you're dehydrated, but trust me, it could be the culprit behind that cramping. So just drink some water. You can have some juice, but try to avoid caffeine and alcohol, because this can actually dehydrate you further. But if you're struggling to get fluids down, you can try some broth. Sometimes it is easier to get fluids down when it is in a broth form versus just drinking straight water. You can also try sucking on some ice chips, which can help increase your fluid intake. Or, if you're able to eat, you can try eating some fruits and vegetables that are high in water content, such as watermelon, cucumbers, celery, spinach. These are all great options that can help increase your fluid intake and potentially reduce that cramping. All right, tip no. 4, and this is my favorite tip, is going to be getting some rest. I know you probably didn't think that was going to be a tip, but it's true. Sometimes our bodies just need to rest. Healing takes energy. Healing takes a lot of energy. So if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not getting enough rest, this can also contribute to your cramping. So I highly recommend trying to nap or rest or sleep whenever possible. You can try closing your eyes and listening to some music. You can try meditating, whatever you need to do to get your mind off of the cramping. Now, if you have a physical limitation and you can't lie down or sit comfortably, then you can try lying on your side, or maybe you can lean your upper body up against the bed. Whatever you can do to get comfortable, that's going to be the best tip. Now, if you're able to fall asleep during this time, that's great. But if you're struggling to fall asleep, you can try counting backwards from 100. You can try breathing exercises. You can try progressive muscle relaxation. Whatever it takes to get your body to relax, to get your mind off of the pain and the cramping. And finally, tip no. 5. This is going to be to apply some heat. Now, we usually tell people to apply cold to reduce swelling, reduce pain. Once the swelling goes down, then we can apply heat. Heat increases blood flow and increases oxygen to that area. So we want to use heat after we use the cold. So now you're probably wondering, well, how do I apply the heat? Can I use a heating pad? Can I use a towel in the microwave? What do I do? Well, you're going to want to apply the heat in the form of a towel. So you can heat it up in the microwave. You can heat it up in the dryer. Whatever you need to do to get that towel nice and warm, apply that warmth to your foot for about 20 minutes at a time. This is going to increase blood flow and reduce the cramping. You do want to be careful with the heat. You don't want to burn yourself. So make sure that you test the temperature on your wrist before applying it to your foot. If you're not able to remove the cover easily, then it's too hot. Now, if you're looking for more tips to help reduce cramping, check out the playlist in the description below. I promise you'll find something there that helps you heal faster, feel better, and move forward in your recovery. I'll see you in the next video.